Welcome to my quick discussion on winter and bees. So I just started, so apologize for getting started late, had a phone call real quick. A guy trying to get a bee removal out of his house in a brick wall. So that'll be another video for another day. So if there's things you would like for me to discuss for you, go ahead and make sure to comment here or head over to my different websites, however you found me, and reach out to me. Let me know what you'd like me to discuss. But recently I had a question on winter and bees and how that works. So basically with bees in the wintertime, you're usually going to get something where they are going in essentially and almost like hibernating for a while. So that is something where the activity is going to be going down. So it's not as abundant and apparent with bees out during the springtime, and then also into this, the past couple months where it's, kind of 70s. I always say this, that bees tend to be out when people are enjoying the weather as well. That's when the bees are enjoying the weather. So right now it's getting a little too cold for them. They're still going to be out, still warm enough activity, but for the most part, they're going inside. And just so you understand, again, this video is for a question I had on winter and bees. Someone had asked about, they saw a show on Alaska and how bees were dying off because it was getting too cold and had to keep them warm. Well, depending on where you're at, that all depends on what you need to do with your bees. They're self-sufficient and they know what to do, and they'll usually go into their hive and they actually create their own, they generate their own heat. So to keep they have babies in there. They have the honeycomb, obviously, which is doing fine, but the babies are going to need some warmth to stay warm through the winter, and the bees as well. So what they'll essentially do is they'll generate heat, which obviously takes some of their honey stores. So they have to be, eating that honey as well, and then using that for their energy to create that heat source to stay warm through the winter. So that's where if you go online and you look at some different hives in the winter, you actually see snow, and then you might see it melted all around the beehive because they're actually creating their own little heat there, their little heat source. So that's why if you have bees inside of a house or things like that, they're moving in because they're actually looking to control their temperature. Same thing in hot places where there's a bunch of, really, really high temperatures. Essentially, you're going to have bees that are doing the opposite in the summertime, where they're going to turn around and cool the hive. So something else to think about on the opposite end. But again, talking about winterizing bees today, and essentially what you need to do, if you're a beekeeper, you want to make sure that you allow them enough honey time. So you don't be constantly removing honey. Some beekeepers do, and then they turn around and feed them sugar water. You might have seen that on TV shows, things like that. It's usually a popular thing to do, but we don't do that here. And some other more natural ways of beekeeping, they don't necessarily remove all their honeycomb because they want them to be able to sustain honey and not necessarily have to feed them sugar or other types of things like that. So again, just a quick video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like this video. Do them on multiple places here. So wherever you happen to catch this, make sure you comment and also check out abelbees.com.